What's up guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be talking to you about the plan on how I'm going to scale my creative studio in Edinburgh. To give it a little bit of context, I took on the lease to this unit 2 or 3 months ago and I've only really been operating it as a business for the last month and a half. I've had some steady traction based off just Instagram alone, but now what I'm looking to do is integrate Instagram, YouTube, email and TikTok so I can be more time efficient. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you the full system that I'm going to be using, the whats, the whys, and hopefully you can take something away from this and apply it to whatever it is that you are doing as well. So to begin with, it makes sense to explain a little bit further about what I'm going to be posting on, the platforms themselves. So I'm going to be posting on Instagram, YouTube, email, and TikTok. I already mentioned Instagram, but obviously that's probably the easiest one for people to begin with. And this is where, in my opinion, people get it mixed up. I put Instagram at the top because it's what I'm currently doing. Second, I want to focus on YouTube. In my opinion, YouTube is just untapped and has so much potential for people to, one, see the working of the studio, and two, consume videos like this where I'm just sort of sharing more of the behind the scenes of how I'm going to run the studio. Then email is going to be a big one. I've not done much email before, but this whole thing ties into getting more people onto an email list, which I'll go into a little bit more depth. And then TikTok. I personally don't really give a shit about TikTok, but I know that people that will want to use a studio will also be on TikTok. So I'm not going to be creating specifically for it. I'm literally just going to be taking what I've made for YouTube Shorts and Instagram and putting it onto there. So there's not much emphasis, but it will still be growing, but it's not my main focus. So it makes sense now to talk about how I'm actually going to go into creating the content, because I've told you where I'm going to be posting it, but not necessarily how I'm going to be creating it. And this is where I think it's going to differ to quite a lot of people. A lot of people would focus on Instagram output first because it's like the lowest hanging fruit. They see it, they're like, okay, I need to make a reel for today. I need to make a this for today. I need to make a carousel for today. It's like, cool, but it's also very reactive and it's not tying into a broader strategy. So what I want to focus on is I want to flip it and I want to focus on YouTube first. And this is going to be called the waterfall method. So everything is going to filter down from my long form content. And the reason I'm going to be making long form content first is, one, YouTube is like a search engine. You know, you could Google something, you put it in on YouTube and it will come up. Whereas Instagram, you're not searching for things in there, you're just searching for user profiles. So YouTube first because it's a good evergreen searchable asset. And then from there, what I'm going to be looking to do is I'm going to be looking to clip as much as I possibly can from the long form content. So as an example, this video right now, I might have clipped the fact that I'm focusing on this, but not 100% focusing on TikTok, and given my rationale as to why that's useful. That's a clip. I post it somewhere. I then have a comment keyword, and then people get referred back to this video, which is the full length video, which they can then watch. But this is, I'll touch on this in a minute. When someone comments keyword, that's then going to give me their email address. But like I said, we're not there just yet. So long form, and then I'm going to create as much short form off the back of that by clipping it up as I possibly can. The main priority here is going to be on YouTube Shorts. I'm just going to play a massive volume game with YouTube Shorts and post, see what's working, see what's getting good engagement, and then understand or try and understand a little bit better as to why that is the case. The high performers from YouTube Shorts, I'm then going to filter and put into Instagram, because Instagram is like my shop window. I don't want it to just be cluttered with shit. I want to have information from here, an understanding of what's working a little bit better, then put it onto Instagram. So it's a little bit more of like a direct hit. Like I said, we're going to have comment keyword on the Instagram ones. So someone sees this on Instagram, they may not already follow me on YouTube. So they're going to see it, they're going to be interested, they're going to comment the keyword because they want to watch the full thing. Then an automated DM will send to them saying, if you're blah, blah, like I see you want this, just drop your email below and I'll send it across. So I get their email, they're now on my mailing list and they're in the Studio Leith sort of marketing cycle there. They then go watch the YouTube. After giving me their email, they'll likely subscribe to the YouTube. And now again, they're just another foot in the door into the marketing system. One more thing that's really, really good, especially for people that are busy about creating long form first, is the fact that you can pull transcripts from it for both Instagram carousels and emails themselves. So if we focus on email first, I post to YouTube talking about this. My email list may not have seen it. I take the transcript, I distill the transcript, I take the key lessons or learnings out of it, I put 2 or 3 of them into an email, and I just basically help the people on the email list. And like say, listen, if this has been helpful for you, if you want to know a little bit more about it, here's a link to a video, they can go watch the video. And again, they're just sort of working their way around the Studio Leith marketing cycle. And it's worth saying at this point in time The primary goal with the studio is obviously I want people to come in and use the space, but I am aware that not everyone is necessarily in a position to do that, or they may not ever want to. So I want to help everyone with as much value as I possibly can. And then the right people will say, okay, I'm going to come in for a personal branding shoot. I'm going to come in to do a podcast. I want to use your space for whatever it may be. So that's the email stuff. You've taken the transcript, we've put it into an email, we've informed the subscribers on the email list that the YouTube's live, they then go back up here. We also do the same with an Instagram carousel. So I take the transcript, I can distill it, I can turn it into quite an engaging piece of content to go on Instagram. Again, I would focus more heavily on the value here and just trying to give people things that they're going to save and want to follow you from, because we all know that we're going to get reach from the reels, but we're going to get the real saves and buy-in from the carousels. So it would have the keyword comment, they'd comment keyword, they then get that DM, boom, well done, they're on your mailing list, they get sent to YouTube. So if you think about it, this is just the net to catch people on short form that then sends them back into the top of the funnel there. What are we going to go on to after this? Like I say, the key for this section and why I'm going long form first and waterfalling down is, one, I want to maximize my topic reach. I'm at a point right now where I really want to gather as much data as to what's working and why it's working as possible. So what outfits are performing well, what video style is performing well, what guests are coming on the podcast that are performing well, and then I can do more of it. So right now I need to cast a super wide net, go from there. And also it's considerably more time effective. If I'm just making my way through the week thinking, I need to get a video of the podcast thing to post today, it's the same as giving a man a fish and he'll eat for a day versus teaching a man to fish, which is this, and he'll eat for a lifetime. So I can do one recording session a week and then cut it all up, be super time effective with it, and then spread it across 7 days. And the volume will help me a lot, because as I say, my goal at the moment is volume and reach. I'm going for mass data collection here. If I touch on ads, I'm not actually going to touch on ads today, but I will be running ads from the 1st of July, but this is not something that I've got in place yet. So I will share how I'm going to do that once I've done it. This, I've not actually started yet. I'm recording these videos now to then put them out. And then hopefully I can keep you updated as how it all goes. I've got my goals down here, which I'll touch on in a second with follower accounts and everything. And then I'll tell you where the current subscribers, followers, and emailers are at the moment. One more thing I wanted to add on YouTube. So we've got these comment keywords. Obviously I'm going to be making YouTube videos like this, but what I also want to do, and I have done one episode so far, I had a cancellation before, which is annoying, but I'm going to get guests on who have used content in a way to leverage and elevate their business. They're going to talk about the importance of it. And then those podcasts are going to go straight onto the YouTube channel. They're also going to get sent to the email subscribers. There's going to be Instagram carousels. There's going to be short form content going out. And that's just going to increase the overall awareness of the Studio Leaf page. If we move on now to goals, right now I'm on 8 subscribers on YouTube. First goal is get to 10. Then from 10 to 25, then I want to hit 50, then I want to hit 100, then 250, then 1,000. I think by the time I get to 250 subscribers, 1, videos are going to have more momentum as soon as I post them, and 2, I'm going to really understand what's working, so I'll just be able to churn that content out. Instagram, we are currently on about 111 followers, so I want to get to 250, then to 500, then to 1,500, and then email. Currently, I am on 0 because I have not really pushed it yet, but I want to get from 0 to 1. First subscriber would be cool, other than my email because I'm a test subscriber. Then I want to hit 50, then I want to hit 300. And the reason I think I'll hit 300 pretty quick is going to be from these ads, because basically I'm going to do a big sort of grand giveaway for the studio where one person will win a full sort of personal branding shoot, and I'm also going to be giving away a DJI Osmo as well. So hopefully those ads get a lot of traction, that gets a lot of people onto the email list, and then from there, if I got 300 people on the email list, as I said, I can sort of use this cycle, send email subscribers to the YouTube, get subscribers on the YouTube, send them to Instagram, and get more followers on Instagram as well. Like I said, I will also be posting all of this stuff on TikTok, but it's not really at the front of my mind right now. And if you've watched this far in the video, you're probably also thinking, is this something I should be doing or is it not? And I can't give you a definitive answer, but if you are someone who's busy, you are super clued up on certain areas of the business, but you don't necessarily enjoy going and making reels and doing whatever and taking time out of your diary, then what I would suggest is YouTube first. Sit down, dedicate an hour like I have done with this, map it out, talk on your like subject matter that is just effortless for you, and then clip it up, post it, and that will get you good traction. And it's also going to give you more of like a long-term strategy than just one piece of content at a time. That's also not forgetting about the fact on Instagram, I'm not just going to be posting podcast clips. I will be posting like social proof, so proof of concept, like people actually in using the studio themselves, not just me making videos and then having guests in. So there will be videos and photos on Instagram from clients coming in and using the space and people who want to rent it as well. But other than that, all I want to be doing is providing value and social proof, and then in essence, well, not in essence, in addition to that, my connection will come across because people will consume more of me on the YouTube channel doing videos like this, so there will be that buy-in as well. But like I said, I just want to help as many people as I possibly can with the understanding that not every single person is going to buy from me. And when I started my creative journey, like for a little bit of context, if you're still here, you're probably interested, it was about 4.5 years ago now. I got fired from the gym I was working in, had a big fallout with the guy that worked there, felt super lost with what I wanted to do. In that downtime, I was like, right, I need to do something to keep me happy. Got a camera, just started like walking around, taking pictures of ducks and stuff. I'm super into fitness, ended up going to a fitness competition, taking a photo or a video there. That then ended up getting me to the CrossFit Games. I then did media at the CrossFit Games, and fast forward to now, I'm sort of in this position. But all along that way, I was just searching things on YouTube. I was like trying to find podcasts. I was trying to find like further education for myself so I could increase my skill set and also just have like a community of people that I felt like were on the same journey as me. And to be honest, I never found it, which is a bit of a shame. Like only in the last 6 months have I found a podcast I do quite like, but other than that, nothing. Everything I've learned has been self-taught, but I want to be able to help other people overcome these sort of barriers that I've faced earlier on in my career. But yeah, like I say, this works if you're tight on time, but you also want to maximize the output, and you've got a relatively small following initially to begin with as well. So you just want to maximize the reach from each topic. Your time, you have a time constraint, so you just want to be really efficient with how you're recording. And yeah, if you found this video helpful, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel. If you do subscribe to the channel and you join the email list, you'll get 10% off all your bookings at Studio Leaf. You'll be entered into monthly giveaways, which is pretty cool. You'll get early access to all the podcasts I do, and there'll also be a guest email going out once a month as well, which is pretty cool. But like I say, the whole point of being on this isn't to just sell people things, it's to help people as much as I possibly can so they're in a position to use the studio as a tool, not just fork out a lot of money to give to me for no real reason. I want everyone that comes in the studio to be able to use it to its fullest potential and hopefully help elevate their position in their career as well. So this is the plan for how I'm scaling the studio. Hopefully you've taken something from this, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.